and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3, where apparently Sora is fucking hyped to see a Metropolitan-style bridge, and I mean, I don't blame him. It's a marvel of engineering, but, you know, maybe you need to get out a little bit more. Rich coming from me, I know, but still.
Man, I went into this world we got here, and I'm like, I really miss Transformers Devastation, because that game was so fun. You were fighting, like, Blitzwing on the bridge, man. It was great.
The sequel never. Sequel never, ever, ever.
That's for fucking sure. So yeah, here we are in San Francisco, the Big Hero 6 world. As I mentioned last time, would have vastly preferred The Incredibles, but I was willing to give this world a chance, because when they were talking about the world, they mentioned, oh, here's this thing that's going to happen. And this is kind of, I don't want to super spoil it, but I mean, this is something that does happen in the first movie. One of the enemies they fight, you find in this world, is a version of Baymax, as we see here. Because in the movie, what happens, from what I know, his first body goes bye-bye. It goes into, like, some other dimension, things like that. And then this is actually his second body with the same chip.
Yeah.
They tease the idea of a dark Baymax. A Baymax corrupted by Heartless and shit. And I was like, you know what? That's actually cool. I really like that. I like how it ties into the movie. Dark Baymax shows up in the last 15 minutes of the world, and that's it. And I'm like, you blew it. You really blew it. You could have done the whole thing spreading that out. But instead, they focus way too much time on way too much other shit that's not nearly as interesting, in my opinion.
I'm going to disagree there. Where this world shines the most for me is Sora, Donald, and Goofy's interactions with Big Hero 6. I agree with your complaints about Dark Baymax or whatever. For me, my nitpick is all like the blocks and whatnot. We're basically a red herring for making Recoded more pivotal to the plot and whatnot. For a while there, we were all like, man, Nomura, what a mad lad. He's actually making this handheld remake pivotal to the plot. But, nope. Japes. 'Twas but a ruse.
I think there's some mixed reactions between you and me both, in terms of the Big Hero 6 world. I never saw the film. I only know a few things here and there about what I read about it. Apparently there was a show, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm sure it has fans, but legit, who gives a fuck about Big Hero 6? Like, there's so many other, and you know what, I'm not going to complain in the fact that this is a Marvel property. Having this kind of be the first Marvel property they sort of adapt in a Disney style and introduce into Kingdom Hearts, I get that. Like, it works. It fits. It fits more than, say, let's put Marvel Comics in there. You know what I mean? Does anybody really care? I mean, Big Hero 6 was not a hit, you know?
Well, I think you're showing your naivety here and your very insular nature of judging things. It has a large amount of fans, one of whom is our friend and yours, Digital Alchemist, who would probably cry if he heard you talking like this. What I don't understand is, why is this the last Disney World of the game, like, level-wise and pacing-wise? It doesn't really have any, like, sort of special grandeur to it. I mean, it's probably the biggest world, like, just in terms of space and scope. I would have put Pirates last, personally, but, for me, they just don't do enough with this world, and it comes across as being very shallow and whatnot. I'm sorry we're kind of, like, front-loading our criticism of this, whereas we're just kind of doing something, a little bit banal right now, and nothing too offensive. But as we'll go through, you'll see, like, it's not a bad world. It's just one that I felt they could have done a lot more with.
And no, I agree there too. They do have some concepts, because, you know, obviously, as you said, with the Pirates of the Caribbean world, they do an open world thing, but I think that works better there than it does here. Because this has a big open world city section, but nothing is really happening in it. I don't know if there's other shit you can find. It's pretty bland. It doesn't seem that populated either, which again is the doom for a city. I'm going to pause for a moment, because again, I love the form changes for Wheel of Fate. This is High Wind. It's a big-ass bitchin' spear that lets you do cool Dragoon shit. And hopefully you'll get Storm Flag too, which again is just a huge favor.
Woohoo, it's coming, and you cannot stop it. In the meantime, here's some arcade shenanigans straight from Disney World.
Yeah, that's for sure. Kind of going back briefly to the other thing. Again, yeah, the open world section in this world is fairly bland, not really as interesting as the Pirates one. So I can see why, you know, I agree with your criticisms that they could have done so much more with this world, I think.
The thing is, for me, I do enjoy Big Hero 6. I actually re-watched it recently via a reaction from a user by the name of Rarity Dash. You may know him, you may have watched his stuff before on YouTube, and that's to the fans, not to Helldragon, because I know you don't follow that sort of stuff. There you go. There's your finisher.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish the finisher was more air-based, because it's got some range, obviously, to kind of get up there, but I kind of wish it was one you could reliably fire off in the air, because usually you are in the air doing combos with this weapon.
Yeah, so anyway, rewatched it recently. It's a very good popcorn flick. The problem is, I don't find it to be very deep. I don't find a lot of the character development, like, besides Hero, to be all that interesting. Like, the rest of Big Hero 6 don't really develop all that much at all, besides becoming a team. Like, Go-Go is the same at the beginning of the film and the end of the film. Fred is the same at the start of the film, at the end of the film. And I mean, for a superhero movie, that's fine, but we've had Marvel movies since then that have just done character development and so on. I mean, fuck, look at Endgame. Regardless of like how you might think it ended the Infinity Gauntlet saga, it capped off a lot of characters' arcs really beautifully, and that's what a lot of the reviews, focused on for the most part, that great character development. And for me, you can have a lacking story so long as your characters are compelling. But with Big Hero 6, I feel like the story's a bit shallow, although it is interesting, and the characters are likeable enough, for sure. I like all of the characters. They're just not deep.
Based, again, on my own limited knowledge, I can definitely see your point with that. So, yeah, I mean, lots of kind of mixed feelings go into this world overall, I think.
And this is the only time they use this bridge for a gameplay segment, by the way. No flying up above, no sliding down it, fucking Radical Highway style. So, a bit of a missed opportunity there, but, I follow Steven Universe, and everyone's always bitching about wasted potential, so I'm not going to bring my own thoughts of what it should have been into it.
Not true.
I just pull like a Jim Sterling, AAA game publishers kind of voice there.
I don't get it.
And I cannot believe, I think they just made a fake news reference back there.
Well, that's Big Hero 6 for you. How is the show, people watching this? How is the show? Because I'm going to be honest, I only really follow Tangled in regards to Disney Channel shows, waiting for that beautiful Season 3.
Well...
So now I'm trying to pin all the voice actors in this. This is Cyborg from Teen Titans. This is literally, I think, the only role he ever does. I don't have a problem with the guy. But it's literally, it seems like all he does is tech-themed black heroes. So, I mean, again, no big problems with the guy, but that's kind of his go-to role,
I think everyone came back to reprise their roles except for Wasabi's voice actor. I believe he was voiced by one of the Wayans brothers in the film.
I see. I was kind of looking through it here and there. I could have sworn there were more different... Kerry Payton, that's his name.
For a second, I thought this was the monster.
No, you must keep the order!
Sora, this is a world with fucking superheroes. Come on. If you let it slip that you're from another dimension, it ain't gonna do nothing. Alright?
Fucking ducks and dogs are walking around like, oh my god. What a dork.
Man, I can just feel my rating for this world drop.
Minute contractions in your faces and shoulders.
Dude, you just posted cringe. Not cool. This is not it, Chief.
I will give each of you a hug.
It's okay, I'll make a very passive-aggressive fucking apology later, blaming you for all the problems.
Let me tell you something. Tom getting savage recently has been a treat for me on Twitter. Let me tell you what.
Thank you.
Tell us how you
So, just right off the bat, who would you say your favourite character is so far from Big Hero 6?
They're called the Heartless.
Granted, you haven't had a lot of time to examine them so far.
It's super hard. They're all kind of bland, in my opinion. I guess I like Baymax the most, only because I like his armor.
Who doesn't like Baymax? He's adorable, he kicks ass, it's the perfect combination.
I do like the idea of a healthcare robot kind of getting a suit of armor to fight crime. They have to like cram him in it. I did think that was neat.
Zero.
We get it, Baymax.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Is there a Baymin?
Hey, don't sweat
Oh god, my brain shut down, I had to reboot for a second, that was so stupid. No, there isn't.
Wow, all of our brains are just frying in this single part of the commentary for this world, huh?
It's okay, my brain has figured out an idea.
So it's weird that Hero gets two models, his costume mode and his normal mode, but everybody else is just kind of stuck standing around inside of their superhero outfits, especially Fred over there. Thank God at least they gave him the ability to lower his head. I mean, you know, the hood he's wearing, at least they did that. Now in the comics, actually, he did not have a suit. He was just a straight-up monster man. So this was an interesting change for the film.
I think I kind of prefer this one, honestly, because they're just a group of, like, science-focused teens, really.
Also, his uncle, I think, is Stan Lee, so that's pretty great.
This is Dad, actually.
Oh, his dad? Okay, I got it a little wrong. My bad.
That's the MCU-style stinger at the end of Big Hero 6. You finally get to meet his dad.
Cool, huh? It creates a CG overlay that augments your vision.
This is fucking amazing. Like, remember, Sora is a tech-illiterate islander who does not know how to computer by his very own words. So let's see what happens when he puts on a fucking Sony VR headset.
I do like how they played that up, that he just has no idea what the fuck to do with QR, and, you know, phones and shit like that.
There's no Heartless here.
Even I know that.
Whoa, chill.
No, he just sees giant dogs and ducks the whole time.
It's okay, Sora. RE-coded isn't real.
Wow.
It can't hurt you.
I have no idea
You just
how
see
you're
it
doing
lurking in
but
the corner.
This is cool.
Thanks. But so far, the map data only covers San Francisco.
That's as far as the world was developed. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, can't go beyond that.
Can we shoot you? Not yet, Fred. He's still learning.
But isn't that what Shugio means? Like training and what? I don't know. I don't speak Japanese.
I'm pretty sure they must have butchered some Japanese somewhere.
on your movements so we can.
Dude, Fred. Come on. Thank you.
Shugio's like training.
Ever the wise, Goofy, master of knowledge.
I mean, like I said, if I had to go to somebody in a crisis, I'd probably go to Goofy if I had to choose between Disney characters, because he does kind of have his shit together.
I will install all the moves of every Kamen Rider to date.
I know, Kung Fu. Show me.
That doesn't mean anything. We're just gonna keep it with us for the time being.
Yeah, I think he just wears it in this world, and that's it, really. It's just cosmetic.
Let's do a little bit of shopping here.
Alright, we're gonna need all the fluoride you've got.
Now we're good.
AR training.
So, I'm sitting there trying to, again, run through everybody's powers in my head from what little I know about Big Hero 6. I think with Cyborg over there, he's just got, like... He has, like, wrist blades, right? That's his thing?
Yeah.
Okay. She skates fast on her wheels. Honey Lemon over there, who is a drastic change from the character in the comics, by the way.
Yeah.
She's got like chemical bombs that can like do stuff like stick stuff in place or like create like cocoons around things. So, lots of chemical stuff. I actually like her moveset. I think that's interesting.
It's cool because she has like the periodic table on her bag, like represented by buttons and whatnot. So whenever she needs a new mix, she just like calculates it and it just spits out like a ball of the science, if you will.
I don't think you can just tap on the periodic table and come out with a fully formed chemical bomb. There's probably a few more steps.
Big Hero 6 is big ignoring me right now. Come on, Go-Go. Let's get a selfie.
Yeah. This is going well.
Thank you. At least someone's being nice to me around here.
You sure that wasn't just an NPC loop kind of a pose?
Don't do this to me. I need validation.
You know I'm gonna do exactly that, good sir.
Shout when you're ready, Sora.
Weirdly, there was no transition between garage and city. Where I guess that means they would have had to make a area for you to transition through. But, you know, loading screens work well as well, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I think around this point in development, they kind of went back to sort of the whole Kingdom Hearts 2 kind of development, where they had, like, they have a little bit more loading screens between areas, so...
Yeah. Not really a complaint, it's just more of an observation than anything.
This is to, like, calibrate it, the AR thing or whatever. But they clearly want you to come back and do this, because there's going to be an obstacle course coming up. They want you to do it kind of over and over again to get a high score. It's kind of a lame way to use the world, in my opinion. I think there could have been more. Like, what I was expecting, and I don't think they did this because, again, I didn't come back to this world
Will you get to the fucking point, please, Jesus?
Alright, I was expecting you to go onto the open world and you can do, like, heroic missions. You know, be a superhero. Is that something you can do?
You can as part of the story when you help the team, but yeah, that's a good point, actually. I don't know why there weren't, like, mini-missions. Like, you could save NPCs in, like, Olympus, but not here, I guess.
Yeah, no, that would have been a great way to pad out the world and give it an incentive to come back if you had, like, heroic things you could do. And save people, fight guys. That would have been easy enough.
Nice use of flow motion here, though. I dig this.
Yeah, as somebody like me who doesn't really like flow motion, this was just like, oh, I can't believe I have to do this.
Rog, you're just being a negative Nancy this time, aren't you, in this world?
This time? This time? Where were you the other various times?
I might have slipped into a different world line, and oh god, if I start talking about that now, we will literally be here all day. Let's just say you have a storm coming if you decide to continue Kingdom Hearts from this point on.
Man, I have been ready for that since the very beginning.
We shall see. Alright, now we get a bit of rail grinding on, so I partially get my dream.
That's true. Your dream of having a open world Sonic game?
Does anyone truly want an open world Sonic game? Like, we see those tech demos all the time, where it's like, admittedly pretty cool, like, nice physics and whatnot, very pretty looking game, and everyone's like, oh man, this is better than anything Sonic Team could put out, but that is literally just that. You would get bored in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it would lose its novelty very fast. When Sonic has, like, very nice, well-designed, tight levels, I think that's where he shines. Kind of, and based on my own observation, it seems like the boost gameplay isn't really good from a design standpoint because, again, you run through the levels so much. It seems like the best thing to do with Sonic in terms of levels is kind of have a, you know, at the risk of being an old guy here, just kind of focus more on Genesis-style level design, because that seems to work really good for Sonic Mania.
Well, I mean, with Generations, you kind of had a mix of the two, because there were plenty of alternate paths and whatnot.
That's true. I mean, something more like that, I think, has been kind of close to the best sort of 3D level design that Sonic's had so far.
So is this AR machine learning as it goes? Are we going to have, like, a fucking master control program situation on our hands if we're not careful?
Oh, no, that'd be the last fucking thing we need, good sir.
God, just a friggin' spinning washing machine in the middle of town.
So it's really good that they put a giant ball in the middle of the city like that where it could fall at any time and kill people. Good move.
Yeah, well, that's what your tax dollars are funding in San Francisco, I suppose. I do love the combination of, like, San Francisco and Tokyo aesthetics, by the way. Like, the look of Big Hero 6 is arguably its strongest point. That and the music, and, again, just the likable characters, really.
It wasn't... I remember at one point I was bored and I was kind of looking up the lore of Big Hero 6. Wasn't there, like, some big event that caused them to kind of redo San Francisco into San Fran Tokyo?
San Fran Tokyo. I believe it's called San Fran Tokyo. You need to get words right.
Yeah, well, I call people Bucket, okay?
Cutler Bucket. What a lad. Let me look this up.
I still prefer that name. I think I'm just going to use that going forward.
San Fran Tokyo. Big Hero 6 wiki here. Following the San Francisco earthquake of 1906, retconned as the Great Catastrophe of 1906 in Big Hero 6 the series, in which scientist Lenore Shimamoto caused the disaster when she attempted to invent a new form of unlimited energy that backfired, Japanese immigrants helped rebuild by contributing key Japanese building techniques that allowed the city to flourish and prevail in the face of the seismic events like never before. Following this restitution, San Francisco was renamed San Francisco in honor and recognition of it being a city born thanks to a combination of Japanese and American architecture, landscaping, and engineering skills. The city's iconic amalgamation of American and Japanese culture followed soon thereafter.
I see. So it does have some actual kind of lore reason behind it.
Indeed.
See, now at this point you're just showing off, Sora. Come on.
Well, I mean, you know, we're also a superhero. I mean, we've literally saved worlds before. These guys are just patrolling a city for the most part.
Gravity.
Also, for this one, he gets the shooting star. I mean, I didn't have it equipped at this point at all, but he just has it because he has a cutscene where he has to use the gun part of it.
Yeah, well, use what you have, I suppose. Dude, that's amazing!
Yeah, magic fucking ballistic weapons.
My laser hands.
Could be laser blaster hands!
Oh no, you're just giving Cyborg the gun again. You're making another Cyborg, come on.
Booyah!
Oh.
Oh, I set it to blow up city mode. Whoops.
Change the
Yeah,
weapon.
just kind of gotta watch out that. So they're all getting kind of inspired by Sora's admittedly bullshit anime power. So
This I like though, like Sora's interactions with the crew are nice. I just wish there was more of it because this is also one of the shorter worlds in the game and it's the last one level-wise that you go to. Well, if you're doing it by level. So you'd figure it would be the longest, but not so.
Fire and ice
together at last.
diametrically opposed. Or so we thought!
Well, I mean, there was an Amiga game called Fire and Ice. This has been done before.
And there's Seasons of Fire and Ice if you're into Spyro.
Was Seasons of Fire and Ice good though? I heard it was bad.
Why is everything like, I heard it was bad? I heard it was good. Go out and live it, Helldragon.
I don't want to play bad games if they suck. Come on.
Oh, but I'll play good games if they suck.
I guess. I played this, didn't I?
Oh, you.
It is implied we are having fun.
Ha 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 ha, we are laughing, ha ha, friends.
We are laughing.
We are good friends. Laughing, having good times. I'm really not a fan of the fucking Stitch summon, I'm sorry.
I fucking forgot there was a Stitch summon. I really did.
Basically what you do is you just create an area and you shock everything within the area. I'm not doing that. I have other things that can do damage much faster.
Yeah, like Thundara takes care of that problem easy, so...
Yeah, boo to you, Stitch. I'll see you when we actually go to Hawaii.
Oh ho! Alright, just updating the website here.
Olympus Coliseum ain't in the game, but sure as hell made its way in through the music.
Oh yeah. Certainly feels that way.
That's because it's the Olympus Coliseum theme, mate.
I'm well aware of that, Tom, thank you.
Okay, well... See, I want to shoot a guy, and I want him to scream. And Hero's like, yeah, I can make that happen.
Just, again, you are just legit turning him into another cyborg. If you guys combine, if Sora rides inside of Baymax, that would create such a powerful unit.
Sorry, didn't mean to touch your tip, but this is the only way I can upgrade you.
Just putting in more RAM in him.
That should do it.
Registering Keyblade.
And those GPUs, though, are so expensive. I hope Baymax can make that work.
South District was attacked by numerous unidentified creatures. Witnesses described losing sight of victims during the mayhem. Many also said they saw...
Man, this is the kind of time we need Optimus Prime and the Autobots to help us out.
Seriously, where's the police force during all this? Because you can kill a Heartless. It just, like, you need the Keyblade to send all the hearts back to Kingdom Hearts.
I guess maybe they're elsewhere in the city.
Yeah, or maybe they were Heartless.
Go time!
Yes.
Are you ready, Helldragon, for further hero antics?
I sure am ready to go somewhere else.
Wow, got him, I guess. I don't really have much else to say here, guys, so we'll see you next time, where hopefully we've shaken off the negative Nellies, and yeah, we shall continue the further adventures of Keyblade Hero 3 and Big Hero 6 then. Bye-bye.